What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, December 2nd, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The Mummy released the first teaser starring Tom Cruise on Thursday. The preview sees for the Universal Picture reboot sees protagonist Tyler Colt, played by Cruise, assure love interest Jenny Halsey, played by Annabelle Wallis, that the Mummy, played by Sofia Boutella, powers are real. Russell Crowe co-stars as Dr. Henry Jekyll, with additional roles by Jake Johnson and Courtney B. Vance. The movie is directed by Transformer and Star Trek co-writer Alex Kurtzman and will release a full trailer Sunday. Cruise tweeted to his 6.11 million followers, "I'm excited to help bring #The Mummy to life. I can't wait for you guys to see the full trailer Sunday." Universal Pictures first released The Mummy with Boris Karloff in 1932 and has rebooted the franchise several times since. Brendan Fraser led a trilogy of films released between 1999 and 2008. Kurtzman said of the movie's present-day setting in an interview with Slash Film in September, "What's really exciting for me is how do you take this ancient creature and make an audience believe that they exist in modern day." The Mummy opens in theaters June 9th, 2017. Cruise will also star in Mission Impossible 6 with Rebecca Ferguson, while Boutella is slated for The Coldest City with James McAvoy. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the latest installment in J.K. Rowling's epic Wizarding World screen saga, surpassed $500 million in receipts at the global box office this week. The film reached a milestone Tuesday after its second week in release. The announcement was made by Sue Kroll, the president of worldwide marketing and distribution for Warner Bros. Pictures. Kroll said in a statement, "We are thrilled by the success of this new adventure, which also is the start of an exciting new franchise for the studio. With Fantastic Beasts, the brilliant J.K. Rowling has created an immersive story with timeless themes that are resonated with both critics and audiences in every corner of the world. We congratulate her, our director David Yates, the wonderful cast, and everyone involved in the film on this milestone." Jeff Goldstein, the studio's president of domestic distribution, says anticipation grew exponentially in the weeks leading up to the release of Fantastic Beasts, and now with the film in theaters, we are seeing strong word of mouth and repeat attendance, which should carry the film through the holiday season and beyond. Oscar-winning actor Eddie Redmayne stars as the zoologist New Scamander in the movie, which is set in 1926 New York. It was directed by David Yates, who helmed the last 4 Harry Potter films. Beast is the first of 5 planned prequels to the Potter flicks. Michael Fassbender details the time-traveling Animus alongside co-star Marion Cotillard in a new featurette for their upcoming film Assassin's Creed. Fassbender says of the device at the heart of the film's plot, the Animus is a machine that allows somebody to revisit the lives of their ancestors, alongside footage of his character Callum Lynch being inserted into the machine. Cotillard adds it's a genetic time travel, and she also plays Sophia Rinkin, the lead scientist of the Animus Project. She continues by saying the subjects enter the Animus and they take the place of one of their ancestors. Fassbender continues by saying it's a very cool experience, it's just a fantastic concept, as his character is shown leaping into action, donning hooded armor and hidden wrist blades as an assassin in 15th century Spain. Much like the video game series the film is based on, Fassbender will be thrown into a centuries-old conflict between the assassins and the villainous Templars as he learns how to become a skilled killer through the Animus. Directed by Justin Kurzel and also starring Jeremy Irons, Assassin's Creed arrives in theaters December 21st. BBC America has revealed new plot details and poster art for its Doctor Who Christmas special, The Return of Dr. Mysterio. Starring Peter Capaldi, Matt Lucas, Justin Chatwin, and Charity Wakefield, the hour-long program is to premiere on the BBC in the United Kingdom and BBC America in the United States on December 25th. It was written by Stephen Moffat and filmed in Cardiff, Wales. The synopsis explains this Christmas sees the Doctor join forces with the masked superhero for an epic New York adventure. With brain-swapping aliens poised to attack, the Doctor and Nardor link up with an investigative reporter and a mysterious figure known only as the Ghost. Can the Doctor save Manhattan? And what will be revealed when we see the behind the mask? The poster art shows characters played by Lucas, Wakefield, and Capaldi looking shocked as a superhero flies through a skyscraping window. A Sons of Anarchy spinoff is officially in the works at FX. The network will shoot a pilot for the new series Mayans MC, written and directed by Sons of Anarchy creator Kurt Sutter, Entertainment Weekly reported Thursday. The official Sons of Anarchy Twitter page confirmed the Mayans MC is back in business. Hashtag SOA spinoff pilot announced. Sutter and his producing partner Elgin James will co-write and executive produce the project, according to Variety. The plot will begin shooting in March, and the cast still to be announced. The Mayans MC will follow on the Mayans Motorcycle Club from Sons of Anarchy. The show will follow Easy Reyes, a prospective member living near the California-Mexico border, as he struggles with his desire for vengeance against the cartel. Sons of Anarchy starred Charlie Hunnam, Katie Seagal, and Mark Boone Jr., and had a 7-season run from 2008 to 2014. Sutter told Deadline in September that fans may see familiar characters in the spinoff. He said of the project, "I would do a contemporary piece, not a prequel, and place it far enough away from Northern California that it wouldn't step on the mythology that's already been told. It doesn't mean that there couldn't be some cool, ironic crossovers with familiar characters as the series progressed." Showtime series Masters of Sex has been canceled after 4 seasons. The period piece starring Michael Sheen and Lizzie Kaplan as Dr. William Masters and Virginia Johnson was canceled this week following its season 4 finale, Entertainment Weekly reported Wednesday. Showtime said in a statement, "Masters of Sex was a beautifully written and acted exploration of America's changing sexual mores." The network added, "We're incredibly proud to have shared the story of Masters and Johnson for 4 critically acclaimed seasons. The series will remain available across our platforms where new viewers can discover it for years to come." Season 4 ended in November with Masters and Johnson getting married. Sources told Deadline that producers felt the wedding was a fitting conclusion to the couple's story and decided to not pursue a 5th season. Masters of Sex follows Masters and Johnson, real-life sexologists, as they research human sexuality in the 1950s through the 1970s. The series was created by Michelle Ashford and co-starred Caitlin Fitzgerald and Teddy Sears. Sheen is slated for a number of upcoming movies, including Nocturnal Animals with Jake Gyllenhaal and Passengers with Chris Pratt. Kaplan will star in the forthcoming drama Friend of Bill. Kate McKinnon and Alec Baldwin helped New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio light up the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree in a soggy ceremony on Wednesday night. The event, which was televised on NBC, drew a crowd of thousands who braved the cold and rain to see this year's 94-foot Norway spruce illuminated for the holiday season. Tony Bennett, Neil Diamond, Dolly Parton, Sarah McLachlan, Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, and Josh Groban performed at the 84th annual celebration, which was hosted by the Today Show crew, Matt Lauer, Samantha Guthrie, Al Roker, and Hoda Kotb. The tree, plucked from the Ononeta, New York backyard of Angie and Greg Itchiel, is festooned with 50,000 LED lights and a Swarovski crystal star made with 25,000 individual crystals. The tree will stay lit until January 7th, where it will then become limbered to be used by Habitat for Humanity. Kendall Jenner and sisters Bella and Gigi Hadid donned angel wings and walked the Victoria's Secret runway during the 40-minute fashion show on Wednesday. Held at the Grand Palais in Paris, the annual show featured performances from Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, and Bella's ex-boyfriend The Weeknd. Jenner took to the runway in red boots, a matching red bra and panty set, and intricate red and blue wings. Gigi walked the runway during Gaga's performance wearing an all-black ensemble of thigh-high laced-up boots and lacy lingerie, complete with giant black angel wings. This year's show was a first for Bella, who strutted during The Weeknd's performance, their first appearance together since they announced their split last month. Also on display was this year's $3 million fantasy bra worn by Angel Jasmine Tooks. Tooks told People, "I immediately dropped into tears when I was chosen. It was such a shock and so amazing. Never thought that I would actually get the chance to wear it. It's such a dream come true, and I still don't even feel like it's real." The show is set to air on Monday at 10 p.m. on CBS. Jon Heder and Efren Ramirez have returned as Napoleon Dynamite and Pedro Sanchez in the Burger King ad for Cheesy Tots. The clip released Tuesday features the actors reprising their famous roles from Napoleon Dynamite as Heder asks Ramirez to try out the fast food chain's latest menu item, the Cheesy Tots. Heder says as Napoleon, "Whoa, are those cheesy tots?" Replies Ramirez as plainly as Pedro before offering up his friend to try one. Heather then reaches over the table and grabs an entire handful of tots, including the one Pedro has in his hands. The ad pays homage to the famous scene from the film that focuses on Napoleon's love of his school's cafeteria's tater tots and how he would smuggle them inside his pocket. Heather says as he bites into the food, "Damn, those are good." Burger King then explains they're back cheesy tots. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II is going to be a great-grandmother for the sixth time. The British royal's granddaughter and equestrian Zara Tindall is pregnant and expecting her second child with husband Mike Tindall, the BBC reported Wednesday. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson says the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh and members of the royal family are delighted with the news. Zara, the daughter of Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips, married Mike in Edinburgh, Scotland in 2011. The couple are already parents to 2-year-old daughter Mia, who will turn 3 in January. Mike, a former rugby player, wrote on Twitter, "Just a quick one to say thank you for the messages. We're very happy about the little one on its way. 2017 is already starting well." Zara, Mike, and Mia will join the Queen and the rest of the royal family at their annual Christmas gathering at Sandringham House. Zara said in the December issue of Britain's Country Living that having all the generations of her family together at Christmas is her favorite part of the season. She says it is a time of year that is about being with people you love, great food, and loads of games to play. Mia will share this Christmas with lots of her cousins, some very close in age to her, and I think this year will be the one she really starts to understand it all. Queen Elizabeth II is also great-grandmother to Isla and Savannah, the daughters of Zara, his brother Peter Phillips, and to Prince George and Princess Charlotte, the son and daughter of Prince William. Jessa Duggar captured her unborn baby kicking in a new video Wednesday. The 24-year-old reality star, who is pregnant and expecting her second child with husband Ben Seawald, shared her awed and wonder on Instagram at baby number 2 moving in her belly. Duggar captioned the clip, "Just as much awed and wonder on my part as I had with baby number 1. It's amazing to see baby Seawald 2 kicking and moving around. So thankful for this precious new life." She also added, always wanting Ben to see baby's movements, but from his perspective, they're not always super visible. I guess my viewpoint is simply the best. So I captured this for him, and he was like, "Whoa, I see it." Duggar and Seawald married in Bentonville, Arkansas in November 2014 and welcomed their first child, son Spurgeon, the next year. The couple announced the reality star's second pregnancy in August. The pair said on their website at the time, "We're overjoyed to announce that Spurgeon has a new title in life as Big Brother. We are so thankful that God is adding to our family." They also added 2017 is shaping up to be a wonderful year already, and we know Spurgeon will do a great job in his new role. Having Spurgeon has been such a wonderful blessing. We cannot wait to see the face of this sweet new baby or babies. Duggar and her family came to fame on the TLC series 19 Kids and Counting, in which was canceled in the wake of Josh Duggar's sexual abuse scandal. She and several of her siblings, including Jill Duggar, now star in Jill and Jessa Counting On. Chad Michael Murray and Sarah Reimer are expecting their first baby girl. The 35-year-old actor's rep revealed to Us Weekly that Murray is expecting a daughter after the One Tree Hill alum announced in November that Reimer is pregnant with their second child. Murray and Reimer co-starred on the Crackle series Chosen and quietly married in May of 2015. The couple welcomed the son in May of that year also, but have yet to reveal their firstborn's name. The actor told Entertainment Tonight in July, "Having a family just changed your perspective on everything. I mean, it's a world changer." He also added, "For me, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I think you're always walking around with the mentality that you want to make sure that they're proud and you want to represent them well and just be a great leader." Murray is best known for playing Lucas Scott on One Tree Hill and also portrayed Tristan DeGray on The Gilmore Girls. Source told TV Line the actor turned down the chance to reprise Tristan in the Netflix revival Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. He said, Lisa Weil, who played Paris Geller, told Entertainment Tonight last week, "I mean, it would have been nice to have him in the revival, but he's busy. He's doing a lot of things, and he's doing very well for himself." Chad Michael Murray, so I think it plays. Ryan Reynolds says his new daughter has brought more love to his growing family. The 40-year-old actor discussed in an interview with the Canadian show E-Talk how his second child with wife Blake Lively has affected his household dynamic. He says it didn't change the dynamic. There's just more. There's more love. There's more diapers. There's more of all that stuff, Reynolds and Lively married in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina in 2012 and welcomed their first child, daughter James, in December 2014. Lively gave birth to their second child in September, but the couple have yet to reveal her name. The actor said of seeing James interact with her sister, "It was kind of profound. I just love watching my older daughter take care of the newborn. That's been kind of neat to see." He also added, "We settle on the right name. Fatherhood is the best thing. It's the best thing that could ever happen to you." Reynolds had shared similar sentiments about fatherhood in the February 22nd issue of People magazine. The actor, who grew up as the youngest of four brothers, revealed in an interview that he had hoped his first child would be a girl. He joked, "Having a daughter was a dream come true for me. I would have made a terrible king. I never admitted out loud to myself or to my wife, but I really wanted a little girl. It's the best." The star added, "I don't have to prep to be wrapped around my daughter's finger. I've been wrapped around her little finger since the day she plopped out into this world." Jimmy Fallon is in the Christmas spirit in the first promo for the upcoming 74th Annual Golden Globe Awards, which he is set to host. The clip features Fallon alongside his Tonight Show drummer Questlove of The Roots as he shows off his highly decorated house littered with Christmas lights. The late-night host says, "Okay, Questlove, this is it, the big reveal. This is what I'm doing on January 8th, as he turns on the holiday lights, revealing that they spell out Golden Globes. Suddenly his power short circuits, however, revealing the old gobs fades. Fallon says on to host the award back in August when he tweeted, "I'm really looking forward to spending time with the Hollywood foreign press before Donald Trump has them all deported." The Golden Globe Awards will air live Sunday, January 8th, 2017 at 8 p.m. on NBC. Dolly Parton and her Dollywood Foundation have announced a plan to start donating $1,000 a month for 6 months to families displaced by the Tennessee wildfire. The country music star said in a statement after announcing the donations, "As you may know by now, there have been terrible wildfires in the Great Smoky Mountains, the same mountains where I grew up and where my people call home. I've always believed that charity begins at home, and my home is someplace special. That's why I've asked my Dollywood companies to help me establish the My People Fund." Parton also took to Twitter to announce the project alongside a video where she mentioned her plans to provide relief to all those families who lost their homes in the fire. On Wednesday, officials in Sevier County announced that 7 people have died from the wildfire that is affecting the cities of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, where Parton grew up. Nearly 15,000 people have since been evacuated as the fire started to spread on Monday. A new album from rapper J. Cole has been discovered on Apple's iTunes entitled For Your Eyes Only. According to Spin, the iTunes listing revealed cover art for the project that will contain 10 tracks and release on December 9th. Currently, it can be pre-ordered through the service. The album will be the 4th studio album from the 31-year-old, whose latest major release, 2014's Forest Hills Drive, notably went platinum while having no featured guests. Cole last released a surprise live album on January for his 31st birthday. The release included live performances of songs from Forest Hills Drive and 3 of his previous hit singles, Lights Please, In the Morning, and Nobody's Perfect. Since her 2008 breakthrough role in the Disney Channel musical Camp Rock, singer and actress Demi Lovato has released 5 best-selling albums and a slew of hit singles. Numerous music awards have followed and had a stint as a judge on the TV mega hit The X Factor. But the 44 million American adults struggling with mental illness, it is a 24-year-old's decision to share her own mental health battles that may rank as her most meaningful achievement to date. Lovato says, "I've been very, very open about my story. I was diagnosed when I was 18 with bipolar disorder, a condition shared by roughly 13 million Americans. And ever since, I've been doing whatever I could to raise awareness about mental illness and mental health in America." Since 2015, Lovato has served as the public face of the Be Vocal Initiative. It is a campaign that brings together 5 national mental health advocacy groups: the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the JED Foundation, Mental Health America, and the National Council for Behavioral Health. The goal, to help erase the stigma surrounding mental illness and empower those affected to share their stories and get the help they or their loved ones need. To date, Be Vocal has spread its message via website, televised public service announcements, and mental health policy meetings with elected officials. But the group is now setting its sights on a different medium to change the image of mental illness through photography. Lovato explains, whenever you type into a search engine something like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or something like that, the images that pop up are very negative and stereotypical. Pictures of pills or people with their heads in their hands or someone pulling their hair out. Lovato says, we have found 10 real people living with mental illness, people who are brave enough to let us into their private lives. And we got an incredibly talented photographer to take their photographs. And we'll make those photographs publicly available and free to use whenever the subject of mental illness comes up in the news. The 10 featured individuals include men and women from cities across the country, including Boston, Chicago, Houston, Los Angeles, New York City, Tampa, and Burlington, Vermont. They range from ages 26 to 67 and represents a wide range of mental health conditions, including depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Campaign photojournalist Sean Schwartz says, I found the campaign to be quite gutsy and challenging. The point was to create non-stigmatized images of mental illness because there is a stigma whether we like it or not. He also added, of course, it's not that the people we work with don't need help to varying degrees. Some of them are doing really well and some of them still have really dark days. But at the same time, they don't look like monsters. I mean, the majority of the time, if you sit with someone who is bipolar, I don't think you would ever know. And he also added, and every person I photograph wants to help change the face of mental illness because they know that stigma can be very isolating and a lot of people don't even seek the help they need because of it. He also added, so we let these people, regular everyday people, come out of the closet, which is how they talk to me about it, and stand in front of a camera and says, yes, I have this issue, but I'm standing tall and sending a message that it's okay. The photo collections will be released to the public next Wednesday and includes both traditional portraits of individuals deep in thought as well as a broad range of everyday lifestyle images. Men and women engaging with their children, relaxing at home, running errands, playing music, working out at the gym, laying in the sun, running on the beach, doing chores, hard at work, or in the midst of the conversation. Lovato hopes the campaign ultimately encourages people to get the help they need. She says, for me, it was a relief when I found the root of my addiction issues and the root of my eating disorders. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1972, the Temptations earned the last of their 4 chart-topping hits with Papa Was a Rolling Stone reaches number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Over the course of their storied career, the Temptations played 38 hit records in the Pop Top 40, not just more than any other Motown record artist, but more than any American pop group ever. Beyond their quantitative achievements, the Temptations also embodied the original Motown ideal that the records matter more than the people who made them, for good or for ill. Various intrigues, upsets, and tragedies saw the Temptations lineup change almost annually during their heyday, but the turmoil went largely unnoticed by the record-buying public. Indeed, in an era when pop groups were coming to be known as much for their personalities of their individual members as for their music, the Temptations, a group in which all 5 members sometimes sang lead, remained essentially unnotable other than through their incredible records. Formed in Detroit, Michigan in the early 60s when members of the 2 vocal groups called The Distance and The Primes came together as the Elgins, the Temptations took on the name under which they became famous shortly after signing with Berry Gordy's fledgling Motown Records in 1961. Even as personal shift due to internal politics and the untimely death of one original member, Paul Williams, by suicide in 1973, the Temptations kept churning out hits well past the era when Motown first became famous for creating the sounds of young America. Indeed, the Temptations were alone among the stars that emerged from Hitsville, USA, in successfully navigating the transition from the mid-'60s to the early '70s, evolving from the glorious love poetry of producer-songwriter Smokey Robinson on early hits like The Way You Do the Things You Do in 1964 and My Girl in 1965 to the funk-filled social commentary producer Norman Whitfield and songwriting partner Barrett Strong on later hits like Ball of Confusion, That's What the World Is Today in 1970, Company, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone, which became their final chart topper on this date in 1972. The Temptations were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989, but the deaths in quick succession of members David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks, and Melvin Franklin in 1981, 1992, and 1985 respectively leaves Otis Williams as the sole surviving member of the original Temptations lineup. Williams continues to perform the group's hits to this day with the new group of Temptations. Also on this date in 1997, Good Will Hunting, a movie that will earn childhood friends Ben Affleck and Matt Damon a Best Screenplay Oscar and propelled them to Hollywood stardom, premieres in Los Angeles. Good Will Hunting, which opened in wide release across America on January 9th, 1998, featured Damon in the title role as a troubled math genius from South Boston. Directed by Gus Van Sant, who directed Drugstore Cowboy, My Own Private Idaho. The film co-starred Robin Williams as Will's psychologist and Minnie Driver as Will's girlfriend. Affleck played Will's best friend Chucky. A big box office success, Good Will Hunting received 9 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for Damon, and Best Supporting Actress for Driver, and won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Williams, in addition to the Gold Statuette for Best Original Screenplay. And as your entertainment report for Friday, December 2nd, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.